My wife gave me divorce papers, but she didn't see my brutal gift coming. Reddit cheating stories. I'll never forget the day she slid those papers across the table. It was a Sunday morning, the kind of morning where the world feels calm and steady. I had just brewed coffee, still in my worn-out hoodie, when my wife, my partner of 12 years, looked at me with cold eyes and pushed a crisp envelope my way. "It's over," she said, as if we were discussing nothing more than the weather. Divorce papers. Just like that, my world collapsed. The woman I had built a life with, the one I thought would stand beside me until the end, wanted to throw it all away. And the worst part, she didn't even have the decency to hide the truth. She was leaving me for someone else. Her boss. A man I had shaken hands with at company dinners. A man who had smiled at me like a friend while secretly sneaking around with my wife. The betrayal burned hotter than anything I had ever felt. At first, I wanted to scream, to beg her to explain how she could do this. But she had already checked out, emotionally gone, her heart somewhere else. She looked at me as though I was just an obstacle standing between her and her new life. That look flipped a switch inside me. I realized right then, if she wanted out, she was going to get out, but not on her terms. You see, people underestimate the quiet ones. I wasn't loud, I wasn't flashy, and I never liked confrontation. But what I did have was patience, intelligence, and one thing she had completely forgotten: proof. I knew something had been off for months. The late nights at the office. The sudden gym memberships. The way her phone never left her hand. So while she thought she was pulling the wool over my eyes, I had already begun documenting everything. Phone records, suspicious credit card charges, text messages I had backed up from her work phone. Every lie she fed me was neatly stored in a folder waiting for its moment. The divorce papers were the trigger. Instead of falling apart, I became laser focused. While she gloated to her friends about how easy this was going to be, I quietly contacted one of the best attorneys in the state. With my evidence, her dreams of walking away with half my assets, and possibly even spousal support, evaporated. When the court date came, she strutted in with confidence, expecting a quick win. She thought I was just going to roll over, sign, and let her take everything I had worked for. But when my lawyer started presenting the evidence, her face drained of color. The text messages, the hotel receipts, the late night calls, all laid bare for the judge. Her attorney sat there speechless. She had not only betrayed me, but she had tried to manipulate the system to her advantage. The verdict. Not only did she lose her claim to my assets, but she was also denied any form of support. Everything she thought she'd gain vanished in an instant. My brutal gift, as I like to call it, wasn't vengeance through anger or violence, it was the truth, sharpened into the perfect weapon. I gave her exactly what she deserved: exposure. But my revenge didn't stop in the courtroom. After the divorce, I sent a discreet package to her boss, the man she had sacrificed our marriage for. Inside were copies of the same documents that had been presented in court. Company policy was crystal clear: relationships between executives and subordinates were strictly forbidden. Within weeks, he was out of a job. And her new life, with him. It crumbled before it even started. She had burned her marriage to the ground for a man who couldn't even hold on to his position once the truth surfaced. For a while, I thought the bitterness would consume me. But as time passed, something unexpected happened. I started to feel free. For years, I had been living in a fog, ignoring the signs, trying to hold together something that was already broken. When she left, she thought she was tearing my world apart. In reality, she handed me the key to rebuild it better. I reconnected with old friends I had pushed aside during my marriage. I threw myself into my career and even started traveling, something she had always dismissed as a waste of money. Slowly, piece by piece, I found myself again. And the more I healed, the more I realized that the real gift wasn't the brutal revenge I had given her, it was the second chance I had given myself. Months later, she reached out. Broken, bitter, and alone, she begged me for another chance. She said she had made a mistake, that she missed the life we had together. For the first time, I looked at her with the same coldness she had once given me. And do you know what I said? No. You made your choice. That was the day I truly closed the chapter. This story isn't just about revenge, it's about resilience. About refusing to let betrayal define you. Life will hand us pain, but it's what we do with that pain that shapes who we become. My wife thought she destroyed me. What she didn't realize was that in trying to break me, she set me free. And that, to me, is the sweetest revenge of all.